Ross Dressed for Less with my wife. Guy in his 80s, early 80s maybe, comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder, and then he points to an older Asian woman out of earshot and just says, "That's my wife." She's my wife.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, great. Well, I hope you think of my face when you fuck her. I don't know what we're supposed to do here. But, congrats on finding love in Nam, I suppose. I don't know. And my wife is white, no big deal. And I pointed to her, and I was like, hey, do you know her? And he's like, what? No. I'm like, all right, I just didn't know, maybe. But I've had a lot of weird interactions lately. In the winter, I run a lot. It's obnoxious, but I like to run. And after my run was done, it was February, you're still sweating, because you've exerted yourself. I'm stretching outside my house. A Jehovah's Witness car pulls up, and two Jehovah's Witnesses get out. It's a regular car, but it was a regular car. It wasn't like painted or anything. They get out, and the first one says to me, "Hey, how was your walk?" And I was like, no, I was running. And then the second one says, "Hey, how far did you walk today?" And listen, let me tell you something. I don't know what Jehovah's Witnesses believe. They're welcome to believe whatever they want, but I met two who don't believe in listening right there, okay? Right? Like, had they just been a little complimentary, I think I would have joined, you know? Had they been like, "Hey, we saw you 2 blocks away, you were moving. I would have been like, "Oh, cool, what do you guys do? Just roll up on people and condescend to them?" Is that it? My family doesn't listen. I don't know if you have a family of talkers that don't listen. My whole family, especially my parents, they treat conversations like a game of Tetris where they don't move the blocks. They just let the screen fill up, you know? It's like, oh, is it my turn? All right, yeah, okay, good. Game over, my turn. So that's my parents. They don't listen. They're also white. I have white parents, right? So that's either an explanation for some of you or just a fun fact, right? I don't know. Everyone's like, yeah. Someone after the show was like, "Yeah, dude, I knew there was something." And I'm like, I don't know, but anyway, white parents. I was adopted a long time ago, and listen, if you're adopted, there's a real good chance that your parents are white. That's just how it goes, right? Adopting is like triathlons. You're like anyone can do it, but like you go to see one, you're gonna see a lot of white people swim, biking, and running. All right, you're just gonna see it. That's it. They love it. My parents are really boomers. They're like true boomers. They were born in 45 and 46. You guys can do math. So they're 79 and 80. I found out my mom has flying a kite on her bucket list. She's 79 years old. I was like, why is that? When you were a child, there were 3 toys, one of which was a kite. How did you miss it? And then so I asked my white dad, and I said, "White dad, why?" And my dad, my 80-year-old dad, he's a plumber. He just says, "What the fuck's a bucket list?" That's what he said. And I was like, I know who's squashing the fun in this duo, you know? I know why she hasn't flown a kite, you know? He's just hiding Amazon packages of kites, just like, "I'm never doing this." I don't know. Yeah, so I've always felt, it's like, I don't know. I've never really felt Asian, right? I've been Asian a long time, but that's just kind of like how it works. You know, you don't feel like you're just surrounded by white people, right? I've always felt white. Never white enough to date an Asian woman, though. I'll say that. Like, that's not valid. Like, that's white. I mean, come on. I'm not doing that. And now what? Relax. I got like some of my best friends are white. My whole family. I think you should date whoever you want. It's fine. All right. Yeah. I think my dad is not a woke person, though. I was gonna say he does not. 80 years old. He for the longest time he called my brother and I Oriental for far too long. All right. That's not a joke. It's not a joke. But when I asked him like to stop, and then he eventually did, he was just like, "Why?" And I was like, "I don't know." It's outdated, but it's not offensive, right? It's outdated. It's kind of like breaking up in person, right? That's outdated. No one does that anymore. I feel like it's kind of like, right? No one does that. I feel like if you say Oriental now, it's the same as ghosting someone, you know? And if you're older, not dating, ghosting is where you basically just don't reply to the person. So I feel like saying Oriental is kind of like ghosting, because like, we would prefer you didn't, but there's no penalty if you do. You know what I'm saying? There's no penalty. It's like, whatever. All right, no one's canceling you. When my wife and I were dating, when we were dating, she, I don't know if you guys knew this, but all Asians are furious. They just hide it really well. And so when we were dating years ago, she was just like, "Hey, what's your biggest fantasy?" And I was just like, running someone off the road who cut me off and hoping the car burst into flames. And she's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess you meant the other thing. All right, well, what if you dress up as the woman that crawls out of the well in the ring? You know, like you dress like her, and then we had sex, and then we go run that guy off the road." And she's like, "No running off the road." And I was like, "All right, this doesn't feel like a sex-positive conversation right now. I'm just saying. I didn't know we were kink shaming. God, whatever, fine. We won't, no running off the road. Whatever, we'll do what you want to do." You know what I mean? Yeah, it's weird. I would say, as like the biggest thing now is like as a middle-aged adoptee, it's different when you're a kid. But like when I drive my parents to the airport now, people are like, "Man, that Lyft driver's going above and beyond. He's getting out. He's hugging these old white people. Jesus, give him 5 stars for me." All right, guys, that's it for me.